Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 384. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today, family, we're going to start talking about planning for 2022. And our show topic is 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. Now, once again, as 2021 comes to a close, our focus as entrepreneurs should be on having a more productive and successful 2022. And I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you exponentially grow your business next year. Now, before we get to today's episode, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, 2 platforms I've created to help circulate those dollars in the worldwide Black economy, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com. Also, don't forget the BEBAcademy.com, where we have all of your online courses, tutorials, trainings, workshops, and masterclasses, and additional resources for current entrepreneurs and existing entrepreneurs to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Go to BEBAcademy.com. You have 3 days free access to everything in the academy. Now, also, I started a new companion podcast, guys. Make sure you check it out. So every Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, go to AskJLive.com. It's exclusively on the Call-In app, so you have to go to the App Store and get the Call-In app, CALLIN.com. You can download it or go to the App Store. But it's easier just to go to AskJLive.com, and you'll have links there to be able to join me live every Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And what I do, guys, is I answer the BEB family questions live on air. And I also do some subject matter, talk about specific topics. But it's totally different from Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. So if you listen to BEB on Monday morning and you have questions about this episode, any other episode, your business, my business, or entrepreneurship in general, make sure you go to AskJLive.com and subscribe. And this is a great way that I can talk to the BEB family. So a lot of times people will DM me or email me with questions. If you have questions, it's easier just for me to respond live. That's one of the reasons I started the Ask J Live companion podcast. All right, guys, let's get ready for today's show. All right, guys, we're talking about 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. Now, when I talk about the year of alignment, you're probably asking, what's he talking about? And I get it. But at the end of every year, I usually create a theme for the next year as it pertains to my business. Almost like, you know, how certain countries may have the year of the dragon or the year of this. So something I've been doing for the last couple years. So 2021, this year, was the year of transformation. And this is where I wanted to start the process of transforming my business into a well-oiled machine. Now, it's funny because I was doing the work, I'm starting to do the work under the hood before I make the car look real pretty with a new paint job. So I mentioned this on one of the previous shows. So I'm plugging the holes in my bucket. New website should be up and running within the next week or two. I'm creating different type of email campaigns and all types of different marketing things to fill the holes in my bucket. So 2021, to me, I named that the year of transformation. So 2022 for me is the year of alignment. And it's where I want to get everything aligned in terms of my business and personal. And I want things running smoothly or on track. So for me, my motto this year is the year of alignment. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to help you prepare for a more prosperous 2022 and give you several tips to help you exponentially grow your business next year. Not just grow it a little bit. These 5 tips will exponentially help you grow your business if you put them into practice. Now, before I forget, guys, everything I talk about, the show notes are in the BEB lifestyle newsletter. So when you go to BEBconnect.com, where you'll have links to all of the resources, make sure that you sign up for the newsletter, which comes out every Monday morning and every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it will have the show notes for each podcast episode. So if you're going to work, you're driving, you can't write things down, can't copy the links down or whatever, if you're working out, whatever it may be, make sure you sign up for the newsletter because the show notes and the links about everything I talk about are in the newsletter, BEB Lifestyle Newsletter. Now, before I go into the 5 tips, I want to give some perspective or foundation to today's show. And I want to ask you guys a question. Why did you start your business? And the reason I'm asking you this is because this will help you align yourself in 2022, your business and your personal. And so we want to start from a foundation. So I'm going to ask you, why did you start your business? And what did you want or do you want your business to provide you? Why did you start your business? And what did you want or what do you want your business to provide you? So when I ask you, why did you start your business? Don't just say, I want to make money. All right. We all are in business to make money. That's the whole key for business. But what's the underlying reason? What is that money going to do for you? Is it going to give you freedom? Is it going to provide fulfillment for you, allowing you to work on projects and things that are important to you? Are you looking to build a legacy? Do you want to give your children a better life than you had? So you have to ask yourself, why did you start your business? Okay, so we want to go back to the root or source for starting your business. Sometimes, guys, businesses can take on a life of their own and veer off track. Trust me, been there, done that several times. That's why when I talk about the year of alignment, that's so important. You know, I'm actually going to do an episode and I'm going to probably title it something like Frankenstein Business. You know, you created a monster. And so sometimes when we don't have things aligned and we're not focused on the root cause of why we started a business, what was the real impetus for the business, sometimes we can veer off track. And once again, we go away from our alignment. So when you're more aligned and when you build your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business, when you do this, your business and lifestyle are aligned and your business really has no choice but to grow. Now, that's not an absolute, but if you are aligned, business and personal, and you build your business around your lifestyle, hear me, family, this is where the alignment gets out of whack. Building your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. If you work 85 hours a week, it's pretty hard to even have a lifestyle, okay? Because you're going to be spending all your time working. So your business is designed to give you what you need, but also leverage that and give you time to be able to do the things you want to do when you want to do them and whoever you want to do them with. So build your business around your lifestyle. So we're going to start with 5 tips to align your business and your life for exponential growth in 2022. Now, number 1, do a personal audit and ask yourself, is your business providing the things that you want and need it to provide? Do a personal audit and ask yourself, is your business providing the things that you want and need it to provide? Number 1, like, is it making enough money for you to live comfortably? So if you have a business and you have to have a side job or, two part-time businesses or whatever, then is it really providing the type of resources that you need to survive or live comfortably? All right. Is it also providing fulfillment for you? Once again, you can create a business that you absolutely can't stand. And I've done that on several occasions. And so sometimes these businesses will get away from you and they'll turn into things or transform into things that you had no idea they were going to transform into, but it also takes you out of alignment. So does your business, doing your personal audit, does your business provide you freedom and flexibility? So these are questions you need to ask yourself. So make sure your business is aligned with the reasons why you started a business. And so, for example, after I lost my mortgage business during the financial crash of 2008, 2007, 2008, for those of you who haven't heard the story, I'm not going to go into it. I'll give you the abridged version. Rocking and rolling, 50 plus employees, multi-million-dollar business. Financial crash of 2008 came, basically shut everything down within months. So I couldn't get any loans closed. Obviously, you don't close loans, you don't have revenues. So by the time I exhausted a couple $100,000 out of my own pocket, my partners and I, we finally decided that, we got to shut it down. But the thing about it was when we weren't aligned. And so when I came back, I said to myself, what is my purpose? What do I like doing? What don't I like doing? And let me create that sweet spot that I talked about 2 weeks ago. Let me create that sweet spot where I'm doing things that are fulfilling. I'm also, in terms of having freedom and flexibility, I'm not having to go into the office all the time. And I don't have 50 plus employees. So tip number 1, do a personal audit and ask yourself, is your business providing the things that you wanted to and need to? Like making enough money to live comfortably, flexibility, freedom, fulfillment, anything that really was the impetus of you starting your business beside making money, because that's a given. We all know that's why we're in business, to make money. So tip 1, do a personal audit and make sure your business is providing the things that you want it to and the things that you need it to. So if you are a single parent and you started your business because you wanted more time with your kids, if you're working 80, 90 hours a week, guess what? Your business isn't providing what you wanted it to provide. You didn't start it for that reason. You started it to be able to spend more time with your kids or your family. All right. So tip number 2, do an in-depth business audit. Now, number 1 was do a personal audit. Step 2 or tip 2, do an in-depth business audit of your current business. Look at your goals and objectives and compare them to what your projections were. So in 2021, what were your goals and objectives? How did you match up? How was your actual versus what you predicted or projected? How did they match up? Are you over what you projected in terms of revenues and sales, or are you under? Where did you fall? So here's a couple things you want to look at. Are you doing something you enjoy, or are you just trying to make money? And this is an in-depth business audit question you need to ask yourself. Are you doing something you enjoy, or are you doing something just to make money? And once again, after the mortgage business failed, I enjoyed the business. I enjoyed building the business. But when I came back, I said I have to do something that fulfills me, something that I care about, being able to work on projects and things that have meaning to me, not just the money. So are you hitting your benchmarks for sales, revenues, and profitability? This is in your business audit, in-depth business audit. All right. Identify the areas of your business that are not conducive with your vision or goals. And this is something I want to talk about. Identify areas of your business that are not conducive with your vision or goals. So sometimes we get opportunities in business that may look like they're going to be profitable, but are they aligned with your vision and your goals? So, for example, I had an opportunity. One of my cousins is in the spirits business. And so he created this new cognac, right? And on a personal note, I drink bourbon, I drink beer, I drink wine or whatever, so I do drink. Now, one of the things is he wanted me to promote it on the podcast. And because I always talk about, selling life and not selling death, I told him I wasn't going to be able to do it. It's nothing personal. But once again, if I have a platform, I have to be very conscious of what I put out on the platform. And even though I drink personally, I'm not going to be out there selling that on my platform. And that's just a personal, the way I feel personally about that. So what products or services or in your business aren't conducive with your vision or your goals? Okay. Next question you want to ask yourself, what products and or services that you offer are not profitable and not aligned with your vision? So a lot of times, guys, when we start a business and we have a product and or service, we feel like that product or service is our baby. And we just can't throw the baby out, what do they say, with the bathwater. But if that product isn't working, then guess what? Well, if it's not profitable, you got to get rid of it. All major companies do this. Okay, they don't fall in love with the product or the service per se. Now, if it's your only product or service, then you got to figure something out. But if it's one of many, you get rid of the products or services that are not profitable. All right, and here's a perfect example for me. I used to do a lot of one-on-one coaching, right? So I'm about to break out for 2022 my new group coaching program. It's a high-end program. It's about scaling your business. The one-on-ones, I enjoyed it, but it was too time consuming for me. And I wasn't able to do that on a consistent basis. So when you do an in-depth audit of your business, you want to make sure that your products or services that you're offering are profitable. And also it has to make sense for your business. One-on-ones don't make sense for me anymore. So what we're talking about today, guys, is 5 tips to align your business and your life for exponential growth in 2022. Tip number 1 was do a personal audit. Tip number 2 was do an in-depth business audit. All right, guys, tip number 3 is create revised and specific goals based on your business and personal audits for 2022. So whatever you do in 2021 and you do your business and personal audit, now you need to create revised and specific goals for 2022. Now these goals need to have time frames and they have other metrics like new customers, revenue, profitability, etc. And I'm just going to give you some of my revised and specific goals for 2022, just to give you an example. So in 2022, I want to generate revenues in excess of $2.5 million for my physical products brands. So I want to generate $2.5 million in revenues from all of my physical product brands. I want to generate revenues in excess of $50,000 per month for my digital products. So I want to increase my digital product sales to $50,000 a month. I also want to increase my weekly podcast downloads by 20,000 additional downloads a week. So per episode, which is once a week. So a goal for 2022 is I need 20,000 more downloads each week. That's a goal, 20,000 additional downloads. And if I do that, that'll be amazing. Next, I want to increase traffic to my new website by 10 times by the end of 2022. It's funny because my website really is just an afterthought. But as I go through this, year of alignment in 2022, the website is going to be, it's really going to be a big part of what's moving forward for Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. And so with that being said, I want the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint website to be the resource for Black entrepreneurs. That's why it's taken so long, because it's going to be a robust resource for Black entrepreneurs to go to. So I want to increase traffic to the new website by 10 times by the end of 2022. Another goal I want I want to increase my BEB database. Now, I always talk about database to 100,000 people by the end of 2022. I'm at 60-something thousand right now. And so I'm hoping with the leverage that the new website provides, that it's going to allow me to generate another 40,000 people onto the BEB database. Also, one of the other goals I have, and I got tons of them, I want to sell 10,000 copies of my new book that's coming out in 2022. So once again, being able to leverage the website to help generate these resources. And I did a show a couple of weeks ago about an ecosystem. And so when you create an ecosystem, there's synergistic relationships that can help you get to exponential growth. So you do one thing, but it affects multiple things. Tip number 4, create systems to help you reach your goal. So by using tools and technologies and systems, that's going to help you increase your productivity, guys. Tip 4, create systems to help you reach your goals. So I know a lot of times when people tell you to create systems, they want you to create systems for everything, how to make the coffee, how to run the copier. And that's fine. Okay. But the main systems that you want to create, the first system is create a true lead generation system that works while you sleep to generate leads. A lead generation system. So if you don't have leads coming in on a consistent basis, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be harder and harder for you to make sales. So you want to create a lead generation system. And that could be, depending upon your business, it could be something as simple as running traffic to a landing page with an offer with a lead magnet. You know, how to increase sales 10 times, free report or video or whatever it is. But that's a lead generation system. You want to be able to create predictable leads all the time, not just from 9 to 5. Okay, this is a lead generation system that should be working, 24/7, 365. So that's the first system that you want to create. The second system you want to create is a fulfillment system to fulfill your orders. So when people buy or purchase from you, you need a system to fulfill. Okay? You don't want your fulfillment to become raggedy because that's going to affect your sales in the future. So if somebody orders a digital course from you, if you have a platform that sells digital courses, I use thinkific.com. Somebody orders the course, they have instant access to the course. It's fulfilled instantaneously. If I sell one of my physical products through Amazon, Amazon handles the pick, packing, and fulfillment. I don't have to worry about that. So there's systems for that. If somebody orders my book, I do have a fulfillment system for that, but sometimes I'll do it myself if I don't have too many orders. So you want to make sure that you create a fulfillment system to fulfill your orders. And once again, based on your business, it's going to be different for everybody. And also, the other system that's super important is creating a follow-up system to nurture your leads and prospects. A follow-up system. It can be something as simple as an email campaign for people that downloaded a free report. So you want to have a follow-up system. So when I was in the mortgage business, it's funny, when I did my calculations, I think it was close to 30 to 35% of the people that we closed loans for actually came from the initial contact was 3 months before or more. So that means, just say in January, somebody contacted me, then I'll be doing the loan in April. Okay, but it takes time to nurture. So after first contact, most people aren't necessarily going to do business with you unless it just makes that much sense or it's something that they know that they want. But in certain industries, the lag time from the initial contact to sales has to be nurtured. And based on your product or service, that could be a 6-month lag time, a year, or whatever. But you always need a system to create a follow-up so you can nurture those leads and prospects. So tip number 4, create systems to help you reach your goals by using the tools, technologies, and systems to increase productivity. And if you really want to scale, guys, this is part of my high-end coaching program in terms of scaling. So it's about building systems. Create a true lead generation system is the first thing you want to do. You want to, number 2, create a fulfillment system to fulfill those orders. And number 3, you want to create a follow-up system to nurture your leads and prospects. Now, obviously, there are a lot more in terms of scaling, but These are the 3 systems that you need to start with. If you don't have these 3 systems in order, you will definitely not be running efficiently as you can. And once again, if our objective is to grow exponentially in 2022, I know that's my objective, then for exponential growth, you need systems in place. No ifs, ands, or buts about that, guys. You got to have systems in place. And I don't care if your systems are elementary. They need to be in place. So somebody that's selling, say you're making a homemade lip balm or something and you're selling it at your job. All right, so you're selling, that's cool. But how about fulfillment? Do you have a system for that? Or are you going home and, every night you're filling out, doing your fulfillment? Now, that's a system. That system is only going to take you so far, because as your orders increase, then your fulfillment responsibilities increase. So you got to make sure you have those systems: a lead generation system, a fulfillment system, and a follow-up system. All right. Now, tip number 5. Also, let me do, before we get to 5, standard operating procedures, right? Once you get those 3 systems in order, then you can start focusing on standard operating procedures. That's where, you detail and systematize everything. So if you worked at McDonald's or a lot of fast food companies growing up, right? Everything they have is systematized, standard operating procedures for how to make the French fries, how the hamburgers are made. So those are good as you continue to grow. And if you want to sell your business, you definitely need to have the standard operating procedures in order, along with all your other systems. Okay. And what we're talking about today, guys, is 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. And what we're talking about in terms of alignment, it's aligning your personal and your business to exponentially grow. Tip number 5, and this is super important, guys: reduce friction in your business and life by removing all sources of friction or clutter, including people, products, and processes. I'm going to repeat that. Reduce friction in your business and your life. And you do this by removing all sources of friction or clutter, whatever they are, including people, products, and process. So reduce friction allows you to move more efficiently and helps you reach your goals faster. So the first thing that comes to mind, I don't know if you've ever seen those electric trains. I believe it's in China or Japan, but they're magnetic trains. And so they don't actually touch the rails like Amtrak does here. The wheels are on the rail. These electromagnetic trains actually hover above the rail. And so that has less friction. So when you have less friction, what happens? You can go faster, right? And that's what reducing friction in your life and your business does. It allows you to focus on things and eliminate that friction or that pushback to allow you to go faster and farther. So here's some tips. And when I talk about friction, guys, I'm also talking about clutter, because clutter causes friction. So one of the tips, guys, is go into your cell phones and remove anybody who's a time waster or who is a source of friction in your life, be it your business life or your personal life. Kind of purging. Okay, so go into your cell phone and just remove anybody that falls into that category. Okay. Next, go into your email and opt out of unwanted emails. Clutter, friction, whatever you want to call it. How many? And it's funny, I literally just did this. I must have opted out of probably close to 25 different emails. Okay. So opt out of the unwanted emails. Once again, it's just clutter and it causes friction. Another thing you want to do, guys, is reduce the number of sources that you receive information from. Reduce the number of sources you receive information from. Sometimes, guys, we can get overloaded by the information we receive. So I used to listen to about 15 podcasts. I cut that down to about 6 or 7. I used to get emails and newsletters from 20 some odd organizations. I cut that down to about 8. So when you have information overload, a lot of time that stymies us and we're thinking so much we can't take action. Okay, so remove, like I said, the sources of information overload. Be very judicious of what you listen to, what you read, what you look at. Okay. Another tip, guys, when we're talking about reducing friction in your business and life, is remove any customers that are more trouble than they're worth. Remove any customers that are more trouble than they are worth. Trust me, when you do this in your business, it's going to make a ton of difference. I remember in the mortgage business, I had people pulling my chain so much, it was crazy. And then when I told them, hey, look, you got to go find another company to deal with, then they'd be asking me, well, why? Hey, you too much trouble, man. I'm giving you all of this information. I've presented a proposal to you on multiple occasions. And guess what? That's it. I'm not going to keep chasing after you. So what happens is when you don't have enough leads or people to sell to, that's when you start taking bad customers. So you don't even want to be in that situation. So when I said build a lead generation system, that's going to help you avoid dealing with bad customers, because all they are is time wasters and money suckers. All right. So another tip, guys, in terms of reducing friction, remove employees or business associates that are not helping you reach your goal. So if you have employees and you have problem employees, or if you have associates, if it's causing friction, get rid of them. You don't need them. You got to remove things, guys, to get replacements in. You got to remove things so the new things can come in. Okay. Now, sever your negative relationships in your business and personal life. Sever your negative relationships in your business and personal life. And I know that's hard, but, you know, I've had to do it. I've had to do it with close friends, family members. Yo, it's friction. It's all negative. The energy is wrong. You know, I still love you, but I can love you from a distance. All right. You got to sever that. Sever negative relationships in your business and your personal life. Also, you want to discontinue selling products or services that aren't profitable. I mentioned this earlier. Sometimes we fall in love with a product or service. If it's not profitable, get rid of it. It's not helping. And also discontinue selling products or services, once again, that are not aligned with your business or personal goals. Don't just sell something for the money. Make sure that it's aligned with your business and personal goals. I always talk about, with the BEB platform, selling life, not death. You know, and once again, I drink. It's not like I don't drink, but I drink. Okay. So, but I know that that's a problem in our community. So I'm not going to sell that and promote that on my platform. Now, is there anything wrong if I did? No, it's just a personal choice. Okay. So it's not aligned with what I'm talking about. And another reason, it's funny, my cousin wanted me to invest. I didn't invest in it either. I just felt that if I'm going to say something like this, then I got to stand behind that. If I'm not going to put it on my platform, then I'm not going to invest money in it. So once again, guys, what we're talking about is 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. Before I close it on out, guys, let me just share my social media contact information and resource links real quick. Everything I'm about to tell you guys is at bebconnect.com, which will take you to a page on the website, and it has all of the links that I'm about to talk about. So at the top of the show, I mentioned my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. You can go to anewblackwallstreet.com, pick yourself up a copy, $14.95 for the print version, $9.95 for the digital version. Now, I also mentioned 2 platforms I've created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide black economy. BeSmartBuyBlack.com. So if you are a black product producer and you want to sell your products to black consumers, upload your product information to BeSmartBuyBlack.com. It is free. It's Q4. It's the holiday season. Take advantage of the platform. Now, I didn't forget about you freelancers. Anybody that does work on Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com. Once again, upload your contact information to HireBlackFreelancers.com, HIRE, blackfreelancers.com. It is free, and you can connect now with consumers or business owners that want to hire black freelancers. Okay. Also, I mentioned at the top of the show, my new rebranded, rebooted BEB Academy. It doesn't matter if you're a prospective entrepreneur or an existing entrepreneur. We have content in the academy to help you move and elevate your entrepreneur IQ, finance information, marketing resources, e-commerce resources, anything you need to grow and build your business. Just go to bebacademy.com. You get 3 days free access to everything in the academy. And last but not least, and I forgot to mention this at the top, my flagship program, if you're interested in building a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, Brand Builder Academy Elite, go to bbaelite.com. It is a 15-module implementation program that teaches you how to start your own physical products brand or digital products brand, and pound for pound, it's the best on the market, hands down. It takes you step by step from product ideation to selling product to the general public. And that could be on your sites or other platforms. So if you're interested in building an e-commerce brand, be it a digital products brand or physical products brand, this is what you want to enroll in. Brand Builder Academy Elite. Go to bbaelite.com. Now, I was telling you guys that I'm transitioning and changing things. So you now can get into bbaelite.com for, I believe it's $129 to start. Okay, it's $129 on a monthly payment program. So if e-commerce is what you wanted to get into, hands down, the best program on the market today, pound for pound. Now, if you want to connect with me on social media, make sure, once again, you can go to bebconnect.com and get all these links. So first and foremost, guys, anything long, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES. Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, I got 2 IG accounts. The first one is jjones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. The second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Facebook, just go to Facebook and type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. LinkedIn, just search for me, J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Connect with me on LinkedIn. YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the podcast. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint and hit that subscribe button. Also, Clubhouse, I'm at I am J Jones at I am J Jones. Also, my new companion podcast, Ask J Live, is exclusively on the call-in app. So you can go to askjlive.com, or if you have the call-in app, it's J Jones at Ask J Live. Once again, guys, just go to bebconnect.com and all of this contact information and resource links will be available to you. All right, let's get ready to close out this show here, guys. One of the things I think that entrepreneurs really need to focus on more is planning, is strategy. And I know that if you're a solo entrepreneur or you have a small business, it's tougher to work on the outside of the business as opposed to working in the business. Been there, done that, still doing that to a certain degree because I have to do the podcast, right? But I truly enjoy doing this. So you want to be able to move yourself out, especially if you're trying to scale, replace yourself, scale yourself. And you do that with systems and technology. I want to leave you guys with one last thought. I want you to think back and remember, what was the real reason you started your business? What was the real reason, the impetus of starting your business? And yes, obviously to make money. We know that. Was it for more control? You didn't like working for your boss? Was it to build a legacy for your family, for your children? Was it to do things that fulfilled you? So you really need to think back why you started your business and make sure that it's aligned with what your current business looks like right now. And that's why I talk about a car that's not aligned, right? You take your hand off the steering wheel and your car veers to the right or to the left. Okay, so you need to get it back in line. And if you keep driving like that, eventually the longer you drive, the further away from the destination you're going to get because you're off track. So this episode is designed to geared to pull you back on track and prepare you for 2022, which I call the year of alignment. And so I just want to tell this quick story. So when I came back from the mortgage business collapse and almost losing it all for the second time, there were certain things that I wanted and there were certain things I knew I didn't want. So I didn't want to have a big office in Philly. I didn't want to have 50 employees. I didn't want to have $100,000 plus month in payroll. I didn't want all of those headaches. So I wanted freedom, flexibility, and the ability to earn as much as I can, not have to worry about anybody else in terms of employees, and have flexibility to be able to work on projects and things that fulfilled me. And to me, that was paramount. Because if you've ever been, be it your own business or you're working for somebody else and you're doing stuff that doesn't fulfill you, trust me, it can get hard getting up in the morning, especially like now up in here in the East Coast. Wintertime, it's dark in the morning, it's cold out there. And if you're not getting up doing something that fulfills you, man, trust me, it feels like crap. Been there, done that. And so I tell the story, and I've told it all the time, but I think it's aspirational if this is something that you want to do. So when my girls were in high school and all throughout middle school, but particularly in high school, they played field hockey amongst other sports and other academic stuff that they did. But field hockey was it was rigorous, and there were a lot of games, a lot of stuff. So from my youngest daughter's first year in high school, I never missed, and that both of them, they were in high school together for 1 year. So I never missed a home game, an away game, a scrimmage, on any of the travel to AAU games, and we used to travel out of state all the time. Nothing. Play dates. I never missed anything, literally for 4 years. And her teammates' parents would be like, "Damn, does you work, dude?" Yeah, I work. I created a passive / semi-passive income that allowed me to spend time with my family, with my daughters. So when it was time to go to Naples, Florida on a trip for my youngest AAU's, field hockey team, all right, let's rock, let's roll, let's do it. So I didn't miss any of that stuff. And I know we're all in it for the money, but what does that money get you? What does that equate to? What is the true impetus for you to start your business? And make sure whatever that truth or truism is, that your business is providing that for you. If your business isn't providing that for you, that means that you got to get back in alignment. That means that you need to make some changes. And that's really what today's show was about, trying to get back in alignment. 5 tips to exponentially grow your business in 2022, the year of alignment. Now, before we close it on out, guys, once again, I just want to thank the BEB family. Each and every week we get more and more downloads, and that's attributed to you guys. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the ecosystem. But most of all, guys, it's a movement. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black economy by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. And Black Entrepreneur Blueprint wants to be at the forefront of this movement, family. So please spread the word, share the links when I send stuff out on social media. And also to all you first-time listeners, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint comes out every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all your major podcast platforms and YouTube. So you're going to get a new episode every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget my companion podcast, Ask Jay Live, which is a live call-in podcast, comes out every Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, exclusively on the call-in app. You can go to askjlive.com. The links will be there to sign up for that podcast or subscribe to that podcast. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.